Hey guys, Xpaco here, and I'm coming to you with kind of a vintage review of... I don't really know what else to call it other than Revenge of the Allen. Starscream in movie Deco, movie Cybertronian Deco, but in animated sculpt. It's a knockoff. It's one of the first knockoffs, or if you want to call it a third-party figure, but I'd still call it a knockoff because, you know, it's not exactly the best quality, but it's a fun figure to have nonetheless. I don't have a lot of Starscream figures. In fact, I don't even have the Starscream animated figure. I missed out on him in retail, so that's why I have Skywarp. But let's take a look at what they actually kept and what differs from the original figure. So as you can see here, so it's made of mostly hollow plastic, and it's not like the best plastic, and you can feel how hollow he is. It's one of the older kinds of knockoffs. It's actually, I would say, one of the earliest. I've had him for a while, and I don't really do anything much with it. I believe I just purchased it at one point because I wanted to do custom Seekers, but I wasn't able to find any others, so I just ended up with this one and kind of forgot about it until I saw a user, I'm sorry, I forgot which one it is, but I saved it on my phone. A user posted an image of Revenge of the Allen Starscream, and I was like, yes, I have that figure. It's a really weird figure, but it has its own, like, it has some cool stuff about it. Let's do a little quick comparison between the original mold and this knockoff. As you can see here, so it's missing the collar. Okay, so no collar there. The wings look almost identical, except they feel a little tougher on this one. And it's one solid piece. Here it's actually a removable piece, but here it's a solid piece. Because it's a removable piece here, I've actually lost it. But yeah, everything's more solid where they can make it more solid, which, you know, leads me to kind of question the animated engineering in some respects, because they were able to make solid certain parts that weren't solid in the first place, but certain things that you wish were not solid pieces are solid pieces as well. So for example, these missile launchers, they're static in place, and there's no articulation here, unlike in this figure where you have some level of articulation here and here. Here it's just, there's nothing. It's one solid piece as well. There's also thigh rotation here that's present, that's not present for this particular figure. Now, there's also an interesting choice here to have wheels where there weren't any in the original. And also, you can fold these fins on the back of his legs here, but here they've elected to make it, again, part of a solid piece. So there you go. It's the same figure, but it's not. And one of the most glaring changes that they made to it is this giant thing hanging in front of him, which, yeah, I don't know what to call that other than loincloth. He has a loincloth. Let's just go with that. So this Starscream has a loincloth, while the other molds do not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and transform him. Okay, so to transform Starscream, you're going to need to unlatch this back part, because it's really tightly on there and it's a little scary. So there's just a little peg that holds that in. And then you're going to want to bring this whole assembly up and around, and there are little, well, there are little pegs there on the edges that are meant to catch onto the sides. So go ahead and do that. And then this whole section, just bring it back. And attach these leg sections to the front. So it's a lot like the animated Starscream as well, I mean, but with a much simpler transformation. Just force them to attach like that, and that's pretty much it. There you go. And you're gonna wanna close these as far into as you can, but they don't close much. So that's pretty much all you're gonna get. And it's not the tightest or cleanest transformation, but essentially, wow, it wants to fight me. But yeah. You'd think you'd be an easier transformation. It wanted to catch it there. Okay, there you go. There. Wow, that was hard. And that's pretty much it. So you have the transformation. Fairly easier than the original Starscream mold, but you can see that his feet are sticking out there. But it's still a jet. It's just that when when you flip this around, you can pretty much recognize what the parts are. But yeah, it's a jet. It's unmistakably a jet. And what's nice is you get the Decepticon logo here, and you get a Cybertronian symbol here. It's pretty much a lot like the movie Starscream, Dorito Starscream. Be nice, because I know I probably mistransformed this figure and I'm missing the back panel, but essentially they look very, very similar in jet mode, as you can see, except for the fact that you get to flip the feet, and in the case of this particular jet, the shoulders don't come in, unlike the original mold where it kind of folds neatly into place, but the underside is still pretty much recognizable. But now, do I recommend hunting this down if you're a Starscream fanatic? Well, yes, kind of, because it's an interesting deco for animated Starscream. So yeah, go ahead, and if you can still find it, go ahead and hunt it down if you feel like it. It's just that beware. It doesn't have functioning missiles. The transformation is heavily protracted, and like I said, it's super light and hollow, but still, it's a Starscream figure, and it looks nice. It just looks nice. It does look cheap. It probably would lend well to customization project, and go for that if you feel like it. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna keep this just for nostalgia's sake, even if I don't own a lot of Starscream figures or Seekers in general. I hope you enjoyed this review. This has been X Paco of X's Toy Universe. Till next time.